the account linked to your savings account. There are two loan accounts linked to your savings account. You see those, there's that your main account, the savings account, which was still open, with a balance of 2803.37. Just below it, there's a multi-loan with account number 142-588-2755, and just below that there's another 60-month loan with account number 142-588-2372. You see that?
Uthi-ke umbuso ke uzokwisa ke kule statement sakho lesike se-account esinama-account amanye amabili athelela kule main account ke kunoqala ke le savings account le sasebenza ke kube khona futhi le multi loan ke eno-account number 142-588-2755, kube nenye futhi 60 month ke eno-account number 142-588-2372. Uthi uyakubona konke lokho?
Yebo ngiyakubona.
Yes, I can see that.
And those loan accounts were closed at the time when your bank statement was printed on the 5th of September 2023.
Lama account lawe loan ke abevaliwe ngale nkathi ke statement lesiprintwa ke nge-5 sika September ngo-2023.
Angazi mina Nkosi Nkandla.
I have no knowledge of that.
Yeah, but if you look at the first column there, just against the account, you'll see your savings account 13564129888. It says open. Then the one below that, the multi-loan, it says closed, and the 60-month loan, just below the multi-loan, it also says closed.
Uthi ke monga bheka lamaphepha ke yakhomba ke savings account lapha ithi open ke ngesingisho ukuthi isasebenza, then le multi loan na le 60 month loan zona ithi closed.
Do you see that?
Ngiyakubona.
Yes, I can see that
Mina
here.
ngikwazi ukuthi usho ukuthi lama account la amabili okhunywa ngabangwazi.
I don't know what this mean, and also just to add, I don't know these two accounts that you're talking about here.
All right. If one looks at the two loan accounts, the multi-loan and the 60-month loan, the digits, the first couple of digits, the first 6 digits are the same: 142-588, 142-588 for the 60-month loan account. The only difference are the last 4 numbers. For the multi-loan account, the last 4 numbers are 2755, and for the 60-month term loan, the last 4 digits are 2372.
Uthi ke mobheka ke kulama account amabili lawe loan okhunywa ngayo ke mobheka ke amanombolo ama ayisithupha la uqala ayafana kule multi loan futhi nayo le 60 month loan yakhona le. Okuhlukile phela amanamba lama amanye lalandelayo ku multi loan ke sibona ke kuno 2755, then ku 60 month loan kuno 2372.
Ngiyawabona Nkosi Nkandla, mina ngwazi lama account la okhunywa ngawo.
Yes, I can see that, my lord, but I don't know this account that they are talking about.
Both of them.
Or maybe,
Yebo la ngezatsi angwazi.
yes, these accounts below, I don't know them.
Ngazi le phezulu eyami.
I know the account which is showing on top, which is my account.
Which one? The savings account.
Leti savings account. Yona lokhu mangayo uthi yazi.
Yebo le ka 2988.
Yes, I'm referring to this account that ends with 2988.
Now, if you can turn to page 14, the handwritten page 14, on the bank statement is page 8 of 12. see, there on the 22nd of July 2015, there was a payment received in the amount of 50,000.
Uma ubuka ke yona le bank statement le sikhuma ke ngo page number 8 kuma page wonke mawaphelela ayi12 uthi ke mawubuka ke usuku lelo 22 July ngo 2015 khona ke imali ke eyakhokha noma eyangena eyaba u50,000 uyakubona lokho?
Yebo ngiyakubona.
Yes, I can see that.
You said last week that you don't know what the source of these funds are. Is that correct?
Last week uthe uye wathi ke ubungazi ukuthi le mali le eyani kunjalo?
Ngoba ngiboni lapho tibhala ukuthi la kubhala payment receive angiboni ke imali yani.
Yes, and the reason for that is because from this document it says payment received. It does not actually say the source of the amount was for.
But if we can just get
Which one?
Exhibit DD1. Page 14.
Page
You are on
13.
page 14.
Page 14.
Yes, page 14. The handwritten 14.
This one.
On the bank statement, it's 8 of 12.
Okay. Is it 18?
Right. You've just testified that you don't know the source of those funds. If you page over to page 15, the handwritten page 15, it's page 9 of 12 on the bank statement itself. You will see the very last transaction on 20 August 2015. It says Capitec 1425882372 0001 and the rest of the numbers. Then there's a deduction of 1,722 rand 64. You see that last transaction?
Uyabona ke le transaction logcina ke lethi ngomhla ka 20 August ngo 2015 ethi Capitec ikunike futhi amanombolo ke u142 58823720001 kwaba khona ke imali ephumayo ke ngu1722 rand 64.
Yebo ngiyakubona ngoba kubhaliwe.
Yes, I can see since it's written down here.
Now, do you see that the reference for that debit, namely Capitec 1425882372, if you turn to page 3, it is the account that is mentioned there, 1425882372. Okay. The transaction on the 20th of August 2015, this is naturally after the incident. If you look at the debit of 1,722 rand 64, the reference thereof of the debit is Capitec 1425 882372 and the rest of the numbers. Now those numbers up to 372, if you go to page 3, that is the account number for the 60-month loan.
Uma ubuka ke la kule imali yaphuma ke le ngaba 1722.64 cent. Uma ubheka ukuthi ke kuthiwa ke imali kwenzakaleni ngayo ke iyachaza ukuthi Capitec ikunikeze futhi inombolo u142 5882372 Uma ubheka ke page 3 ke ikhombisa le mali ke yayo kule account le ye 60-month loan.
Do you see that?
Uyakubona lokho?
ngiyakubona i-account lengakabani esikhuluma ngayo yase Capitec noma yakuphi
Yes, I can see that, but my question is exactly whose account is this? Is the Capitec account or who does it belong to?
Yes, we've just referred to the reference. It says Capitec, and it gives the account number 142-588-2372, which is the same as the 60-month loan account on page 3.
Uthi yebo ke mawubheka ke yona le account le ke kunikeza ke yona reference le isho ukuthi ke iCapitec kunikeza le number 142-588-02372. Yona le number lena ke ifana ke nale ya number ke ye account le 60-month loan. Ile account ye 60-month loan.
Do you see that, Mr. Ntanzi?
Uyakubona lokho Mzansi Ntanzi?
hayi
My Lord, last week you gave us an admonition by saying when the state refers to documents, it doesn't read some of the parts, and I use the word misleading. Mr. Macy also used the same word, and we were admonished to say maybe he made a mistake, and in this instance I'll say maybe he's making a mistake. The account number that is read on page 3, the multi-loan account, the 88273 or 75, whatever he's reading. The reference number on page 15 that he refers to, although it's similar with the digits up to 372, it's got additional 3 digits that Mr. Baloyi is not reading, which is 0001. So it cannot be the same as the multi-loan account that he refers to. And he wants the witness to comment on that. Those 2 numbers, account numbers, one is an account number for the multi-loan, one is a reference number that's got the account for the multi-loan plus 4 additional numbers, 0001. They are not identical.
Umngani kaMsipili ke uyasukuma ke la inkantolo abeke ukuthi inkosi enkantolo ke inkinga mina engibhekane nayo manje ukuthi ke umzani Baloyi ke uma efunda ke le nombolo lela akafundi wonke amanombolo aphelele ngoba manje ukuthi le nombolo levela la iyafana nale 60-month loan and futhi akufani ngoba ke uma uyifunda le nombolo le ayipheleli lapha agcine khona ke kuno 0001 lo umzani Baloyi engamfundi la inkantolo kulama number la ukhombisa lama number amabili awafani.
Yeah, Mr. Baloyi,
I think
you say you must read all the numbers.
yeah. I think we're very specific, my lord. We said up to the digit 72, those numbers are the same as the 60-month term loan. But yeah, we will read the rest, and we said, and the rest of the numbers, my lord. It's not as if we did not place that on record. But the reference...
But what is the rest of the numbers? Are there numbers called the rest of the numbers?
Yes.
In numerical form?
Yes, but then just to reach the full entry, it's it's the entry on the 20th of August 2015. It says Capitec, and the reference is 1425882372. And we put it to the witness that up to that point, those digits are the same as the 60-month term loan. Then there are further numbers: 0001, 0603, 6809, 6515, 0820, and the debit is in the amount of 1,722.64 cents.
Uthi kombuso ke yebo ke akusho ukuthi ke mobheka ke yona ke le ukwenzakala ku account ukwenzakala account la ka 20 August ngo2015 ke ithi reference yakhona ke uCapitec 142588237 uthi masigcina nje la ku2 lama number lawo wonke la ayafana nalama nombolo la laphana kule account le 60-month loan noma ke khona amanye futhi ke yalandelayo ke ngasemuva lapha ku 000163.
Do you have any, is your comment still the same, or do you, I think your comment was that you don't know the 60-month term loan.
Uthi ke umbuso ke ukhona ufuna ukusho ke noma ke lenkulumo le impendulo onikezile ukuthi awuyazi ke le 60-month loan usame kuyona leyo mpendulo.
Mina zange ngithi ukuthi angiyazi phambi kwekhotha akaze ngikukhulume lokho. Mina ngithe capital loan nginayo. Azange ngikhulume ukuthi capital loan aninayo.
I never said I don't know the account. I did mention that yes, indeed, I do have a capital loan account.
Mina ite ngithi angiyazi lama account ongifundela wona.
What I said that I don't know is this accounts that you are reading to me.
Mina uphinde futhi lapha uthi mawuzothwena le number le iyefana nale but ngale ayinayo lo 2001.
And another challenge that I'm facing is that you said this number is the same as the other number, yet the other number does not have the 4 digits 2001.
Yes. Now, the loan that you say you do have with Capitec, is it one of the two, the multi-loan and the 60-month term loan?
Manje ke i-loan le uthi wena unayo Capitec ile inyalezi ezimbili i-multi loan nale 60-month loan.
Angiyazi kosenkantolo ukuthi bayibiza ngani.
I don't know what they call it, my lord.
But you say you don't know the two accounts that appear below the savings account number.
Kodwa uye wathi ke awazi lama account amabili lavela ngaphansi kwale account yakho le savings account.
Kosenkantolo ngisho njalo phambi kosenkantolo. Mina ngineka account e1 eCapitec. Engiyaziyo mina. Lebhalwe lapha kuleli phepha.
That is what I'm saying, my lord. I have only one account with Capitec that is known to me and which is written on this document.
Lana ngibizela wona akaze ngibizwe ngisho eCapitec ngitshene ngalama account mina ngiwazi.
This account that you are just reading to me, I was never called at a Capitec. I have no knowledge of them, my lord.
Yes, but the loan account that you say you have with Capitec, which one is it?
Manje ke i-account le loan le uthe nawe ke unayo ke Capitec eyiphi ke le loan account?
Ngethemba sengiphendula amahlandla amaningi. Themne kosenkantolo iloni naye eCapitec noma sengasakhumbula ukuthi yanene kodwa iloni naye angayiqedi imali yakhe.
I have responded to these questions on many occasions, my lord. I did mention to the court that I do have a loan account with Capitec, and
Bengakayiqedi ukuyibhadala.
and I had not finished paying the same account.
Are you saying that it's not reflected here?
Uthi manje leyo loan account yakho ayiveli la kulama phepha.
Mina ngazi ngathi zonke imali ebhalela aziveli ukuthi imali ephumaphi imali ephuma kuphi imali ephuma kusibanye imali ephuma kuphi ayiveli ayikho ebhalayo lapha phambi kosenkantolo.
I don't know, my lord, since even in this document, the monies that are showing here, they don't show exactly where they are coming from, whether they are coming from Sibanye or where. It does not clearly give a clear picture.
Mina ngibuzile phambi kwekhona ngathi yona le mali ongifundela yona ibhala ukuthi payment receive ayibhala ukuthi imali yana ayibhale next nemali elifu lothe imali elifu 12,000 ngathi 12,000 bani utheka imali elifu ngathi mina ayibhali ukuthi imali elifu.
I did mention that there's this money that you have just read to me. It says payment receipt, but it does not clearly show where the money is coming from. Even the leave monies that you told me about, around 12,000, it did not mention exactly where it was coming from.
Now, if you look at your bank statements, Mr. Ntanzi, this is the first deduction that goes off against the account on the 20th of August 2015, since the 50,000 funds came into your account on the 22nd of July 2015. Could this be a debit order towards the payment of that amount of 50,000?
Mnumzane Ntanzi, sicela mongabheka kahle la kule bank statement yakho ke Imali yokuqala ke le yaphuma ke mhla ka 20 August ngo 2015 emva kusengene le mali le o 50,000 yangena mhla ka 22 July ngo 2015. Uthi ke umbuzo kungenzeka ukuthi mhlambe le mali le evelayo la bekuyi imali ekhokela le ya 50,000.
Cha, mina
Debit
ngazi kusho yena, mina ngazi.
That's what you are saying. I don't know.
No, we're
anything
trying
about
to
that.
find out from you. It's your own account, Mr.
Sifuna
Ntanzi.
ukwazi kuwena wena i-account yakho lesikhuluma ngayo.
I-accounting ayami Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, it is my account, my lord.
Now, if you turn the page over to page 16, the handwritten 16 is page 10 of 12. On the 14th of September, 2015, there's also another debit for exactly the same amount as the previous debit of 1,722.64, and the reference is exactly the same as the one of 20 August 2015, namely Capitec 142588372. As we said, this up to that point, those numbers coincide with the account number on page 3. Then it is got additional numbers 0001 062532 5010150914.
Uma ke sibheka ke la statement sakho page number 10 futhi ke kuyakhomba futhi yona le mali lefana nayo leyo qala ke debit le ebizwe eqaleni ke eyaphuma ke mhla ka 14 September 2019 ke e1722.64 reference yakho iyafana naleyo qala ke inama number la yasho la ethi Capitec Capitec 142580237 gcina nje lapho noma ke mawubheka ngale ngasemuva kunamanye ama number futhi alandelayo kule u000 10625325010150914.
The only difference, before there's an objection on my left, it's the number starting with 060. The reference here is after the 0001, which is the same as the previous one. The numbers that follow 06253250101500914 differ from those of the debit of 20 August 2015.
Uthi ke umehluko nje phela ilama nombolo la landelayo ke amanye ke kule debit eyenzakala mhla ka 20 August ngo 2015 ama nombolo akhona ku 06253250150914.
Aphi?
Where is it showing on the statement?
On the 14th of September 2015,
On page 10.
on page 16. Page 16, the handwritten 16, and page 10 of 12 on the printed statement. 14 September 2015. It's almost in the middle of the page.
Okay. Nayi la 14 September qala la.
Yeah. Okay, ngiyabona.
Yes, I can see that.
Yes. And if you turn the page over to page 17, the handwritten page 17 is page 11 of the printed bank statement. There on the 18th of November 2015, there's again a debit for exactly the same amount, 1,000, as the other previous two debits. 1,722 rand 64. And the reference is also Capitec. Says 1425, reference 1425 88237 001, and up to that point, the reference is the same as the previous two debits. The only difference are the numbers that follow: 06-554-160 4015
Uma sibheka futhi ke mhla ka 18 November kubonakala futhi yona imali lefana nezinye imali lezi ke ama debit oqala esidlule kuona ke engaba imali 1,722 rand 64 futhi ke ne reference yakho iyafana ke nalezi ezinye izimbili ezidlulile ke ethi Capitec 142588237 la manombolo onke ayafana nje kuhluke nje phela amanye alandelayo ku 06-554-160 4015
Kati waye court phambi kwecourt ingabiziwe lo 2001 ngoba phela lapha ngidebo le nombolo ihamba yonke makufika la iyehlukana. Lena andabonene ibiza ugcina ku 72 ku 37. Akayibizi le ngaphenya ngoba inumber 1 bayidibanisile.
Why is it that you don't call the whole number as it appears on this document? Because looking at the document, you only end where it says 72. What about these other numbers that comes after that?
001.
The 001.
Ebese kwale lena uyayibiza le ka 06554 160 40.
Okay. And then you just omit the four digit, the 001, and then you now go and call the following number that says 06554 6043.
Mr. Ntanzi, it might have escaped your attention. I did read the whole numbers.
Uthi ke mhlambe ke azange ukuzo lokho yena uyowafunda ke wonke amanombolo ngendlela avela ngayo ke kula maphepha.
No. Angithi sisinaza apho ibhala khona ntambona uyibhala wagcina kuphi yena akayibizi le angithi phela ngiyabonga ngoba ubhala akayibizi le 2000 le 2001 ugcina ngale 37.
I can see from the notes of the interpreter where she wrote until where you ended, but the 001 numbers were not called or read out to the court.
Let's look at the first transaction on that page on the 20th of October 2015. You see that the very first transaction on 20 October 2015, there's a payment to account 142,588,2372 in the amount of 73.13 . Do you see that?
Uyabona ke ukuthi lapha masibheka ke kuleyo qala ke yange 20 October ngo 2015 khona ke khokhwa ke okwenziwe ekusuka kule account ke 142,588,2372 okungaba imali engaba 73 rand 13 cent. Uyabona lokho?
Yebo ngiyabona.
Yes, I can see that.
And you'll see that that account number 142,588,2372, if you go back to page 3, it's exactly the same.
Uyakubona lokho ukuthi manje yona le account number ke levelayo la kule transaction enzakele mhla ka 20 October ke mawubuya la futhi emuva lapha ku page number 3 yafana account number khona ke ku 142,588,2372.
Kosenkantolo ngiyakubona ukuthi bathi yafana kodwa la kwelinye side nkosenkantolo ivela le number le ino 001 iphinde kwelinye side ivela ingenalo 2 lo 001 manje mina ngiyangixaka uma kwezinye indawo khona kulo le phepha afunda khona ino 001 egcineni.
My Lord, yes, I can see what the state is putting on record. However, I'm just confused because this same number in one document, it will appear with extra numbers 001. Yet when you go to another document, those numbers are no longer appearing, referring to 001.
Yes. The difference, Mr. Ntanzi, is the debit. The one is a debit, with multiple numbers. It's a debit of 1,722.64 and is the reference number of the debit. But this one, it's a direct payment into that account, 142,588,2372.
Mnumzane Ntanzi ke umehluko la ukuthi ke leyo qala ke le ethi debit ukuthi imali ke ethathwe account nayo iswa kuleyo account leyo ke ngoba yaphuma kule account yakwenye account ngoba 1,722.64 kodwa lesikhuluma ngayo manje ke le 73 rand 13 cent ke imali ke ekhokhwe direct kuyona le account le ifakiwe kule account.
ifakwa ngami ngesandla.
How was it paid direct to the
So
account?
it's
By
a
hand?
direct payment. These are your bank, bank records. And this is a direct payment into that account, 142,588,2372.
Imali efakiwe kule account yakho ngoba i-account yakho le 142,588,2372 ewu-72 rand 13 73 rand 13 cent.
Akusiyo account number yami.
That's not my account number.
Yes. Now, if you go below the third transaction on the 30th of October 2015, there's again a direct payment. It says payment to, and it gives account number 142,588,2372, and the amount is 1,649 rand 51. And that account number wherein a direct payment of 164951 was made is the same account number that appears on page 3 of the 60-month term loan account, namely 142,588,2372.
Futhi ke masibuka ke siya kunumber 3 ke mhla ka 30 October ngo2015 siyabona ke futhi khona futhi ke enye imali futhi eyafakwa kule account 142,588,2372 engaba imali engaba 1,649 rand 51. Uma phusipela futhi mosibheka manje page number 3 yabona ukuthi le mali le iyangena kule 60-month account ke ewu-142,588,2372.
Hey, mina Nkosi enkantolo ngiyakubona mina ngizazi ngine account eyodwa eCapitec. Kuthi nama account amaningi phakathi ayangikwazi lokho.
My lord, I can see that, however, in my knowledge, I only have one account with Capitec. That account has other branching accounts. I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Ngoba nalona la ngelokhuza ngazi i-30 ngazi i-30 la kubhalwe ukuthi payment receive transfer 2,407.24 mali ayibhani na ukuthi iphuma phi le mali.
Because on the same date, the 30th of October 2015, there is a transaction there that says payment received. It further says transfer, and the amount recorded there is 2,470.24, which does not even indicate where exactly the money is coming from.
Yes,
Ngoba yami ifoni ngiyiphatha mina yayibhala mawuyimali ebonus yayibhala ukuthi bonus imali ephuma enkampani mawunye pay yayibhala ukuthi pay manje lapha ngibona imali ebonus angibona imali epay mina bengithola ibonus ekupheleni kwenyanga.
Because with the phone that I was using, my lord, it will indicate if the money is from work and it's a bonus, it will indicate bonus. If it's a salary, it will indicate the salary. But from here, what I'm looking at here, I don't see any indication of a bonus or a salary paid.
So there is a reference for that payment. However, we are currently busy with the direct payments into that account number 142,588,2372, which is the same as the multi-loan account, the 60-month term loan, which appears on page 3.
Siyakuzwa lokho kusho ke mnumzane Ntanzi kodwa kwamanje sikhuluma ngale imali le yafakwa ke kule account le u142,588,2372 le fana nayo ke le 60-month loan ke e142,588,2372.
Mina Nkosi enkantolo iCapitec ibidonsela yona imali ekhadini lami accountini yami. Bengikho imali bengikhokha ngesandla.
My lord, Capitec will debit direct from my account. I will not make any direct payment.
And if you add the two amounts, the 73 rand 13 paid directly into account 142588237 on the 20th of October 2015, and the 1649.51 paid directly into account 142588237 on the 30th of October 2015. Those two amounts add up to 1,722 rand 64.
Uma ke uhlanganisa ke le mali zombili ke lezi ezibonisayo le iqala ke le yakhokhwa mhla ka 30 October ngo2015 ke ewu73 rand 13 cent yakhokhwa direct accounting le kube nale yesibili futhi ke yakhokhwa mhla ka 20 October 2015 ewu1649.51 na yakhokhwa direct ke le mazombili mosihlanganisa zonke ke esiphuma kule account ke masihlanganisa zenza imali ngaba 1,722 rand 64 cent.
Which will be the same debit amount as the previous two debits.
Uma hlanganisa le mali ke 1,722 rand 64 ifana ke nalamanye ama debit amabili esiwadlulile ke amabili ke nawo aveza yona le mali le 1,722 rand 64 cent.
The one for the 20th of August 2015 and 14 September 2015.
Le ka 20 August 2015 nalenye ke yesibili ngo August 2015. 20 August 2015.
Mina nkosi enkantolo ngoba ngisho nje phamba ukuthi ayikho imali bengiyikhokha ngesandla eCapitec. Imali bebedonsela yona eaccount na bengayikhokhi ngesandla.
I never made any hand payment at Capitec. They were debiting from my account.
Yes. And if we look again on the 18th of November 2015, there's again a payment to account 142,588,2372, and the amount is 13 rand 78. That account number is exactly the same as the 60-month term loan on page 3, namely 1425882372.
Uma futhi sibuka futhi ke usuku lolu 18 zika November ngo2015 khona ke imali ke yakhokha ikhokhelwa kule account number ke 14258882372 ewu13 rand 78 cent. Uma ubheka ke le account number ke iyafana ke nayo level lapha ku 60 month loan 14258882372.
What is your comment?
Uthini kuloko?
Mina ngiyakubona lokho engitshela umkhonjiswa khona phamba nkosi enkantolo.
I can see what you are showing me.
Then on the 18th of November 2015, there's a deduction of 1,722 rand 64, same as the previous debit amounts, and the reference is Capitec 14258823720001. And up to that point, the reference is the same as the previous debits. The difference will be the following numbers: 06551604015118.
Uma futhi ke siqhubekela phambili ke sibheka umhla ka 18 November ngo2015 ke khona ke imali futhi ini deduction eyenzakala ye 1,722 rand 64 yona le account ne reference ke uCapitec 142588823720001. Masigcina lapho amanambolo akhona ayafana ke nalamanye ama debit eqala siwayenzile ngaphambili. Umehluko nje lamanombolo alandelayo u0655416040151118.
What is your comment?
Uthini kuloko?
Mina akukho nkosekatole engakuphendula.
There's nothing to answer to, my lord.
Ngoba ngisho ngathi ngibuza umbuzo uzongitshela ukuthi akufanele ngibuze umbuzo.
Because even if I'll attempt to ask you a question, you'll tell me that I'm not supposed to ask questions.
Yes. This
Ngoba
are-
njengamanje la uthe wena mina imali ngayibhalisa ngesandla manje azange ngihambisa imali esandla capital imali bebeyidonsela bona.
Because you had said that there was a hand payment that was made, and I just explained that there was no hand payment made to Capitec. They were debiting from the account.
Yes. You recall, we said it's a direct payment into that account, 1425882372.
Uthi ke khokha direct ke kulo account le la ibizile ke account number yakhona
Ukhokha
142 look bayifake straight kuyo le account le.
Ngesandla mhlambe mawuthi ngesandla mhlambe mawuthi.
What do you mean when you say direct, like hand payment?
Mr. Ntanzi, these are your own bank statement. Could have been a transfer from your account directly into the. Why do you pretend as if you don't know what's going on in your account?
Nuzani Ntanzi, i-account yakho le kungenza mhlawumbe umuntu lo bekayifaka wenze i-transfer.
Why do you pretend as if you don't know what's happening in your account? When we are talking about the account for 1 January 2014 to 31 July 2015, that is an unfair comment.
Yes, Mr. Zahir.
As you could please, my lord, Mr. Ntanzi keeps on asking questions about his own account, but be that as it may, the information is there. On the 15th of December 2015, there's another debit in the amount of 1,722 rand 64, and the reference is Capitec 1425882372, and up to that point, the digits are the same as the 60-month term loan that appears on page 3. Then there are further digits 0001, which appear on the previous debits. Then there are additional numbers 0674 378714151215.
Masiqhubekela futhi phambili ke mhla ka-15 December ngo-2015 ke kubonakala khona enye imali futhi ke eyathathwa ke accounting engaba 1,722 rand 64. I-reference yafana naleyo yokuqala ke ethi Capitec 142588237. Uma ubheka la manombolo ke ayafana ke nala manombolo be-account le 60 month account lesikhulume ngayo eqaleni. Okuhlukene phela amanamba alandelayo lo awu-067 4378714151215.
Do you have any comment?
Khona mhlawumbe ufuna ukusho kulokho?
Mina ngokho ngizokuphendula phambi kwekhotho ngoba njengamanje mangithi ngangibhizi ngiyakho njengamanje uthi umshushisi la mina le 73 13 imali yakho kwa ngesandla ngqo manje usethi manje imali ya transfer manje mina ngizomamela kuphi ngeke kuphambi kwekhotho.
There's nothing to respond to, my lord, because going back to the comment by the prosecutor, he initially said this amount 73 rand 13 cent was money that was made direct payment, which was paid by hand, but now he's now changing and saying it was a transfer. So I don't know exactly what to respond to.
Ingakho mina ngitshela ikhotho inkosi enkantolo imali kimi yeloni babeyidonsela bona abase capital ayikho imali bengikhokha ngesandla.
That is why I'm saying, my lord, that the loan amount were debited by Capitec direct from our account. There's no money that was paid direct or paid by hand.
Well, Mr. Ntanzi, this is your own account. We said that's a direct payment, which can be in the form of a transfer.
Uyachaza ukuthi ke i-account yakho le ke ukhokha okwenziwe ngqo i-account yakho ke kodwa kungayenza mhlambe nge-transfer lokho.
Mana awukho transfer. Fela kubhala ukuthi transfer ngithi imali transfer utransfer imali engaka yakhe account. Awukho transfer lapha ngifundela khona.
But where you are reading, there's no way that it is written transfer. It was supposed to say transfer on this transaction.
Now, We ask you once again, Mr. Ntanzi, is it possible that the 50,000 that arrived into your account on the 20th of July 2015 was a loan from Capitec? I'm sorry, 22nd July 2015.
Sesiphinde futhi sibuyele emuva mzantanzi ukuthi ke manje ke kungenzeka mhlawumbe ukuthi ke le 50,000 le eyafika ke accountini yakho ke mhla ka 20 July ngo 2015 bekuyi loan ke kuye Capitec.
No,
Mina ngazi ngoba
22
ngisayikhumbula
July.
i-account
20?
angisayikhumbula i-date yelona.
22 July 2015.
22 July 2015.
Mina ngisayikhumbula i-date yelona.
I cannot recall the date.
Ukuba
of the
ibhalile lapho
loan.
ngizokutshela ukuthi yebo manje ayibhalile ukuthi imali lo ibhathi receive payment receive.
If it was written on this document that it says loan, I would have been able to comment on it, but it just says payment received.
And given the fact that the reference for the debits is Capitec and the first digits up to the digits ending 72 are the same as the account number on page 3.
Futhi mawubheka ke ilona i-reference le malezo ke ithi Capitec amanombolo lokuqala uzofika la ku number 72 ayafana wonke nale account number lapha ku page number 3.
Where the debits that appear from the 20th of August 2015 in the amount of 1,722 rand 64 were the debits towards the service of that loan.
Manje ke le mali ke eyathathwa ke ngo 20 August 2015 engaba 1,722 rand 64 bekuyimali ke thatha ke khokha ke le loan.
Mina bangizophendula atse ngcono phama kose kade ngiyabona ukuthi kubhale ukuthi le mali ebethathwa yilona le ebethathwa ye. Manje lapha akubhale nje payment receive withdraw kuphela.
I would have given a better answer, my lord, if on this document it indicated that the debit was for that loan. But these documents don't actually give a clear picture of what the money was for.
Now, in your evidence in chief, Mr. Ntanzi, did you say you are not familiar with Johannesburg?
Ngale nkathi Ntanzi ke uqala ke ufakazi bakho uye wathi wena igola ulazi.
Namanje kunjalo phama kose enkantolo.
I still stand by that submission.
If you look on page 14, the handwritten page 14, it will be page 8 of 12. On the 25th of July 2015, you made purchases at Spitz, Johannesburg, using your card ending 7490, and the purchases were in the amount of 1,695 rand.
Uma sibheka ke la ku page number 8 ke sibheka ke usuku 25 July ngo 2015 kubonakala ukuthi ke wena ke uye wasebenzisa ikhadi lakho ukuthenga ke la eGold ke eSpitz ngale khadi eligcina ngo 7490 owathenga ke ngemali engaba 1,695 rand.
Cela ngibonise la kuphi sisi.
25 July on page number 8. Page 8 now. 8 now.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
On this statement, we don't see 25. It's 23rd, 24th, and then 30th.
It's page 14. Are you on page 14, the handwritten page 14? Page 14 at the bottom, the handwritten page 14. On the printed statement, it says page 8 of 12. see that?
Yeah, right. I think 1,695. Yes, I can see that.
What is your comment?
Uthini manje kulokho ukuthi ke mhla ka 25 July ngo2015 ikhadi lakho ke ligcina ngo7490 lenza lathenga ke eSpeece khona la eGoli lithenga ngemali ngaba 1695.
Mangibuka la Nkosi enkantolo iyakhomba la ukuthi Nkosi enkantolo ngangena ngathenga letanga ngithe kodwa iyakhomba ukuthi ngangendlula ngekhaya mawuthula ubuka lama data iveza nonongoma ngazi 25 ngalo date futhi.
My lord, if one had to look at this document, yes, it does indicate that I was buying at that shop, but it still shows that I was just passing because on the very same date it shows Nongoma.
Yes. Now, we've already put it to you, Mr. Ntanzi, that during your evidence in chief on 17 February 2026, you were asked by your counsel whether you were in the vicinity of Phosphorus area on the 26th of October 2014. Your response was, I don't know Phosphorus.
Mnumzane Ntanzi ke siyakubekela ukuthi ke ngalenkathi unikeza ufakazi bakho mhla ka 17 February ngo2016 ngalenkathi ubuzwa ummeli wakho ke ummeli wakho uyakubekela ukuthi ke wena ke ubukhona ke la ePhosphorus mhla ka 26 October ngo2014 wena impendulo yakho ke ngalenkathi ubuzwa lombuzo wathi ke wena awuyazi ke naleyo Phosphorus.
Angiyazi vele Nkosi enkantolo
Yes, I don't know Phosphorus, my lord.
You later watered down your version to say you might have been to Phosphorus once to do traditional dance, but you remained at the venue.
Wase uphinda futhi ke uthi ke kungenzeka ukuthi ke kwaba ke Phosphorus kanye nje ngalenkathi ke nogida ingoma kodwa ke wagcina lapho ke benigidela khona ingoma.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes.
In this regard, we wish to refer you to the evidence of Mr. Jack Buthelezi, given on the 5th of September 2023, page 57. We are going to read from page 60 on the 5th of September 2023. I'll give you the report just now. We'll read from page 18. I'm sorry, line 18 on page 60. We asked Mr. Buthelezi, and was there any pastime that you indulged in while staying at the hostel? Line 20, Mr. Buthelezi. We would spend time together in the same place. Then line 22, we asked him, yes, but over the weekends, how did you pass time over the weekends? Mr. Buthelezi, then Jack Buthelezi responded as follows. Some of the weekends we would go to Joburg or Gauteng, and then myself over the weekend, going over to page 61, I would remain in the hostel. Then we asked him, yes, to do what in Joburg? Mr. Buthelezi, he would dance. He would traditionally dance at his place of work. Then we asked him, yes, but when he went to Johannesburg, as you mentioned, what was he doing there? And this is now with reference to you, Mr. Ntanzi. Mr. Buthelezi responds as follows at line 7. Mr. Buthelezi, because most of the time he would come to Joburg to come and dance, to traditionally dance. And we then asked him at line 9, do you know where he danced traditionally? Mr. Buthelezi at line 10. The celebration of the song or the dancing would be done anywhere. However, he would go and do the traditional dance for the Phosphorus team. And then we asked him, and where did the Phosphorus team dance? He said anywhere in the vicinity of Gauteng.
Mnumzane Ntanzi, uthi umbuso ke uthanda ukubusela kulofakazi ke obenza ke uyena ke Mnumzane Buthelezi Buthelezi mhla ka 5 September ngo2023 isithola ke kusuka la ku page number 6 qala ku page number line 18 uyabuzwa ke umbuso ukuthi ke manje ngama weekend isikhathi senu benisichitha kanjani nje uthi Buthelezi ke ngamanye ama weekend ke besinokuhamba siya lapha eGoli mina ngama futhi yena ngama weekend ubesala khona lapha ehostel abuzwe futhi ke benwenza ini manje eGoli ke athi Buthelezi ke besiye eGoli ke mhlawumbe siyodansa noma siyogida ingoma khona lapho ke aphinda ubuza umbuzo ukuthi ke manje ngale nkathi yena eGoli khulunywa ngayo wena Ntanzi ekhuluma ngayo ke ubeyenzani uNtanzi yena eGoli na uthi Buthelezi ke khathi esiningi ubezohamba ke eGoli ayogida ke ingoma lapho nokudansa khona lapho uyazi ukuthi ke wayedansa kuphi ke umbuzo wena lowo uthi ke ube nokuhamba ke ayodansa khona lapha yana ke ayodansa nalabanye ke labo base eFosloras iqembu leli linye elapha eFosloras usho yena uButhelezi
Nkosenkantolo ngiyayizwa lenkulunya la yayiphendula uButhelezi okokuqala kaze ngidlala ingoma noButhelezi.
My Lord, yes, I can hear what is being said here or the evidence by Buthelezi, but firstly, I'd like to indicate that I've never danced or been Buthelezi in the traditional dance.
Nkosenkantolo mangifika Rustenburg nobhuti uShoes ngangimtshela iShoes angizukhona ukusuka Rustenburg ngiyodlala ingoma yakhona ngoba kukude.
And when I arrived at Rustenburg, I did mention to Shoes that there's no way that I can leave Rustenburg and go to Gauteng or to go and do traditional dance since it's far.
Okwesibili akaze ngikhempele eFosloras mina Nkosenkantolo ngiyodlala ingoma.
And secondly, I never spent or camped at Phosphorus to go and dance in Goma.
Ihostel ikomponi besikhempela kuyo kuse East Driefontein Nkosenkantolo.
Kuphi?
East Driefontein.
East Driefontein.
Masizakhela lapha bengihlala khona kunehholo bakukhempelwa kulo.
The camp that we normally used, my Lord, it was a camp in East Driefontein.
Mayingekho camp lapha behlala khona obhuti usiyabonga bakwaZondo xa kuseKlufi mine.
If there's no camp around there, we'll use the camp where Siyabonga Zondo used to stay at Kloof in the mines.
Manje lenkulumo layelala ayilona iqiniso ukuthi nangangigida ingoma nabantu baseFosloras. Abantu baseFosloras bengidibana nayo emakhaya ngoba mangilapha eGoli ngigida nabantu abahlukene. Mase sesemakhaya ngiyahamba ngespanini sangakithi emakhaya.
What is being said here, my Lord, is not correct because I've never went to do traditional dance with the people in Gauteng, my Lord. Aphinda wathini futhi?
Mase ngoDisemba sesemakhaya angisagidi nalabo ngigida nabo eGoli ngespanini lesangakithi sesigodi sami sangakithi.
When I go to the homelands, my Lord, I don't dance with the same people that I usually dance with them around this site. I'll dance with new people
Manje mina ispan mangikhumbula kahle ispan sase Rustenburg sifika msho mangapho sisibo 2013 ispan sase Rustenburg kade singekho ispan eRustenburg sibe khona 2013 or 2015 so
Yini span?
ibona labagida ingoma njengabo Buthelezi.
Okay, if I recall very well, the people that dance, the Zulu dance, my lord, were only available around 2013 or so.
And futhi Buthelezi bengagida bokuyisikhulu salesa span sase Rustenburg ngingakaye eRustenburg.
And Buthelezi,
Yeah, Buthelezi beyisikhulu
okay, Buthelezi was the senior, my lord. He will not participate in the dancing.
bengingakaye ngisho eRustenburg osenkantolo ngalo mnyaka le.
And during that year, I had not even gone to Rustenburg.
And Mr. Jack Buthelezi is your friend, is it not?
Jacob Buthelezi umngani wakho.
Engiqala ukumazi mangifika kuye eRustenburg uqala nje ukuthi sikwazi ukukhuluma naye.
Yes, the first time meeting him was when I was in Rustenburg.
Mangifika
That we had
noZondo.
a conversation when I came with Zondo.
And you said he brought you toilet tree on the 13th of July 2020, after your appearance at the Tlhabane court.
Futhi ke uye wathi ke uyalithatha into zogeza ke 13 sika July ngo-2020. Emva kokuthi uvele enkantolo ngalo suku lo.
Yebo Nkosi engane.
Yes,
Yes.
my lord.
And this evidence of his was not disputed.
Futhi ke lo fakazi bakhe lobo ukuthi ke wakulethela into zogeza ke mhla ka
No. About what we've just read out to you, that you danced for the Phosphorus team,
Okay.
was not disputed.
Manje ngale nkathi uButhelezi la enkantolo etshela inkantolo ukuthi ke wena wawudansela ke i-team lase Phosphorus azange uphikise lo fakazi bakhe la enkantolo
Mina-
kufakwe imibuzo.
Nkosi enkantolo ngikhona ngimile la ngiyaphikisa.
My lord, I am here before the court and I'm disputing this evidence.
Mina ngisho ngakulandela ubhuti engigida naye ngoma ukhona usaphile. Umuntu wangipromoter ngaba igoso lengoma ukhona usaphile uzokutshela la ngigide for Solas nespace for Solas.
Even if I'm given the opportunity to go and get somebody who introduced me to the dancing, he's around, my lord. He will come and tell the court that I don't or I've never danced with the Phosphorus team.
Okay. So court, please, my lord, will this be an appropriate time to take the shorter journey?
Okay. Yeah, fine.